Good morning for those just joining us. We'll do a quick recap like they do in the movies review of our past 3 days. So on our 88th run we spoke about Charlie Chaplin, 1898 to 1977, born in London, lived in the US, revolutionized the movies and came from rags to riches at 26, being one of the most highly paid people in the world. Signed a contract for what would be now $17 million. Then the 89th day we spoke about David Marcus, also born on a interesting day, February 22nd, George Washington's birthday. Although a different year, he was born in 1902, tragically died in 1948. David Marcus was the fifth child of a Jewish immigrant family to New York from Romania. Was an all-star athlete, went to West Point, cadet, fought in World War II as a colonel, and volunteered for the D-Day, being part of the 101st Airborne Division to parachute in Normandy, received many awards. And then when United Nations recognized Israel in, I think it was November 11 or 19, I can't remember, of 47, Ben-Gurion sent people to look for volunteers to help, and he answered the call and revolutionized, help improve the different groups of the Israeli Jewish state into a cohesive Tzahal, which stands for Tzva Haganah L'Israel, the Israel Defense Force, and helped protect the southern border. Was the first aloof, first head of the army since you can say Judah the Maccabee, and appointed by the government, and was tragically killed after the war on the day when it was ceasefire announced in 48 on the 11th, forget what month. Anyway, so this was about him, and then about someone who you can remember as just a John Doe, although he was John Down, doctor, MD, received his medical license from the Royal College of London, and he was born in 1828, died in 1896, and he's the person after whom Down syndrome is named, although when he was naming it he called it Mongolian syndrome. His mother's sister's daughters were married into the famous scientists, including Darwin's family. So I can imagine their Christmas get-togethers, the guys smoking their cigars in the cigar room, discussing different theories, and one of his was that it is strange if the races are different species, as it was first thought. How come when they have this malformation, or they all look alike, the same facial features, you know, this kind of IQ, he called this features Mongolian, but it was later on called Down syndrome. And he used his heart and his mind, revolutionizing their care, because you know, they used to think that they're like animals, but you know, although a little bit more juvenile, it really depends on the type of Downs that you have and the education that they get. Many of them can actually have a a life where they take care of themselves completely. So there are variations, and around the world this has been more and more recognized. I remember when I was a kid, there was a brother to one of my first grade friends in class who was having Down syndrome, and kids were laughing at him, and I protected him. I said, guys, why are you laughing at him? And I stood up for him. He was very grateful. His brother also stood up for him, but was not physically at that time endowed. Later on he became stronger, but he would just stand there. Anyway, down memory lane there. But I would always invite him to play with us. The other issue was people thought that Down syndrome can be caught by touching, by being close to people, which obviously is a stupid thing. It's a trisomy 21, and we discussed that sometimes more is not good. Anyway, guys, have a lovely day. I have to change and get ready for surgeries.